This is John Paul Wright coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. Some people call me. Looks like we got another bomb on our hands. And you know what? The excuses are flowing with this one. We got excuses from the director, excuses from articles. There's an article here, it's really long. There's a lot of complex excuses as to why Charlie's Angels bombed, and I think it boils down to just a few simple things. Now right now, this bomb is sitting at $8 million. I think that's for the weekend, since the movie came out, last 3-4 days, whatever. The thing out of the gates is on like $8 million. I think I could make a movie in my pajamas right here and it's better than like 8 million. So let's take a look at this article, but we are not reading the whole thing. We're just going to get into some, I don't know, core ideas or main points as to why I think Charlie's Angels failed. And you know what? It doesn't matter why it failed, because I'm kind of happy it failed. Because I'm tired of seeing political messages, social messages by the way, not just political, pushed in movies. Here we go. So here it says, how Charlie's Angels fell from grace at the box office with a 8 million plus opening. They mean 8.6 million. Hell, let's call it 9. Let's be generous. So I guess what they mean by fell from grace is the other Charlie's Angels from the early 2000s did okay. They did pretty good at the box office. They didn't smash it, but they did good. So, as I said, this is a very long article and, you know, blah, 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 why it didn't succeed, problems with the script, this and that. Maybe they get into a few other, like, more honest details, but basically it's a lot of excusage for some simple things. So, you know, one of the main excuses when it comes to the bombing of Charlie's Angels, the takeaway is this is what happens when you have IP, but there's no reason for telling the story. Hey, if you can write a good story and a compelling movie with good characters, it doesn't matter if there's not necessarily a reason to tell the story. So here's one of the excuses here. When it comes to the bombing of Charlie's Angels, the takeaway is this is what happens when you have IP, but there's no reason for telling the story. Look, we hear this over and over, no reason to tell the story, so the movie didn't do good, no one cares, this and that. Yeah, no one cares I think is a big part of it in this one, but the fact is, if you have a good story and good characters and it's compelling, word of mouth will probably get around. Did we need to tell a Joker story again? Not necessarily. I mean, there's always a Joker story coming out, but it's not really a story that needs to be told, but it was a great story. It worked. The tone worked. Word of mouth got around. People said it was amazing, and look what happened. It did good. So if Charlie's Angels was hypothetically an amazing movie with no political messages and a great story, great characters, wouldn't word get out? You know, all these people calling things out for being negative and politically correct, like me, by the way, we'd be like, oh, it's good, I guess we'll have to give it credit, we'll have to see it, because when something's good, we say it's good, basically. So right here is where they get into how the Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz, and Lucy Liu version did pretty good at the box office. You know, it didn't like blow it away, no broken records, but it did pretty good, pretty good. It wasn't like a $9 million bomb. They talk here about some script problems, blah, 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 script issues. Work out the script before you release the movie. How about that? Don't want to hear it. I'm just looking over here. It's just like silly excuses. But Elizabeth Banks, the director, had one big excuse, and that was that, you know, men don't like to see women in action movies. Let's see what else she says. Alright, this is from the Wall Street Journal. Elizabeth was forced to defend the Charlie's Angels reboot and recently told Wall Street Journal, "You've had 37 Spider-Man movies and you're not complaining. I think women are allowed to have 1 or 2 action franchises every 17 years. I feel totally fine with that." Here's the problem. In the last, 2 years, we've had a ton of franchises that have had women in the lead. Or the last 5 years or 4 years or something like that. What was Captain Marvel? Alright, original movie, but that was a very strong woman, strongest ever in the Marvel Universe in the movies, in the lead. We had Rey in Star Wars. Rey's the strongest Jedi ever in the lead. We now have a woman playing the role of 007 or an agent taking the main spot in a James Bond movie. We have Ghostbusters, all women. I must be forgetting some. I mean, this is off the top of my head, but if you guys get my drift, in the last like 4, 5, 3 years, we've had a ton of women doing action. So it's really amazing that she doesn't think about these movies when she makes a statement like this. She's just so dead wrong. She's just 100% wrong. So, you know, she also made a statement that men don't want to see women in action roles. Oh, by the way, we just had Dark Fate. There's another one where John Connor gets killed for a female lead to come in and lead the resistance. Does Elizabeth Banks know about Dark Fate? It just came out. Maybe she doesn't know, because that was the other friendly neighborhood bomb. Bomb, I love saying it. Bomb, 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 bomb. What else is going to bomb? Rise of Skywalker? Probably not going to bomb, but it's on tracking for the lowest trilogy opening ever. How's that? Not a bomb, but, you know, well, in the Star Wars universe, maybe a bomb. Alright, off track, off track. Point is, these excuses are getting old, and they're getting silly, and these people are wrong. Anyway, I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. Let's do a shoutout now. Shout out to Chris Pross. That's a tough last name, dude. It's P-R-S-A, Pross. Please correct me on that if you see this shoutout, which you probably won't, because it's at the end of the video. Anyway, if you haven't, subscribe. That was not a very graceful... Oh man, this is a mess up. I'll see you next time.
If you are not subscribed to this channel, The Entertainment Hacker, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button now.